Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Friday, so it's just my talking day. So we're going to talk about my recent trip to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. All right, so my family and I went on vacation last week during spring break, and we took the kids to Disney. It was their very first trip to Disney, which was marked with super highs and a little bit of lows. 3 days in theme parks like that, just going nonstop, all day long for 3 days straight. Just it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on the family and everything. So, but we did have a really good time. Some great memories were made, and I finally got an opportunity to go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which I've been waiting for the last 5 years, and it finally happened. We had a really good time, but we did get in late on Thursday, and then when I got back on Friday, I had a lot of freelance work to catch up on. So Friday was super busy. That's why I didn't put out a video last week. I apologize. So this is the video that should have gone up last Friday. But I will tell you, we had a great time. We did Magic Kingdom on Monday. We did Hollywood Studios on Tuesday and again on Wednesday because we loved it so much. And of course, Galaxy's Edge is in Hollywood Studios. So I just wanted to share some pictures from my trek there. If you guys have never, this is really for anybody who's never been to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. If you have been to Galaxy's Edge before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this probably isn't really for you because you've already experienced it. But I will kind of walk through what we did. I would just have to say, first and foremost, going through Galaxy's Edge is pretty incredible. Everything from the ground up, it's all Star Wars. It's just absolutely fantastic. I mean, the restaurants you eat in, all the way down to the seating, nothing is man-made or from the real world. The only thing that you're going to see from the real world are exit signs because, of course, safety. You got to have those. But it's incredible, the world building that they've done here and how everywhere you look, it's all from the Star Wars universe. It's just absolutely incredible, from life-size ships to just intricate detail. The fact that there are just droids all around, just sitting in different parts of the park, but nothing compares to walking around, walking underneath, and walking up to a life-size, one-to-one scale Millennium Falcon. This thing is just absolutely incredible. You could just stand there for hours just ogling the detail on this thing. It's insane. And the way that the park is built and designed where you can't see anything else while you're inside of it is it's incredible. It really is an immersive experience. Nothing will ever compare to walking through an actual hallway of the Millennium Falcon on your way to the Smuggler's Run ride, which to me is the best ride of the three major Star Wars rides. I mean, the cockpit is so detailed. That ride is just absolutely incredible. If you haven't had a chance to go and you haven't been and you want to see what the ride is, just look it up on YouTube. It's pretty insane. Just the detail, just walking through the line of all the stuff that is from the Star Wars universe. No detail is overlooked, and everything feels just like it would if you were in a Star Wars movie set. It's insane. It's just absolutely insane. I love the holographic technology they used in the Rise of the Resistance ride to bring Rey into it, which was great. The animatronics for all the characters on this ride are just top notch. And there is just this jaw-dropping moment when you step out of one spaceship and you basically come face to face with hundreds of stormtroopers just standing there moving, and each one's kind of animatronic, and they kind of move to give a little bit of life to each one of the characters, which is just insane. It's very intimidating. The ride is really cool. It's piloted by these different R5 droids. The animatronics on this ride are so lifelike that they could really be confused for human actors. It's just insane the level of detail that they achieved here. The Star Tours ride is absolutely fantastic and has been upgraded so much from when I went on it like 20 years ago. There's 6 different missions. Every time you ride, you have a chance to get a different mission. There was one place that was kind of like a museum where you could see all of these nice replicas of vehicles and outfits and ships that were used in the movies, which is really, really interesting. We got to meet BB-8 and talk with him and interact with him, which was really cool. We did do the lightsaber build experience. I did it for my son. Here is his lightsaber that he built. I was so proud of him. He made every decision on his own, and it came out looking a whole lot like Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber from The Phantom Menace, which I'm a big fan of, which looks really cool. I did get a cup of blue milk, which really isn't milk. It's just kind of like a ice cream thing. And then I would also say that the prices really weren't that bad. I was picking up some action figures for some friends of mine outside of the park, and here back in town, and these prices were reasonable. These 4-packs were $50. They had some Black Series figures, most of which I already had. They were all $24.99. So things weren't really like out of place for their prices. And to me that was a big win. Is that I figured like maybe Black Series figures were going to be like $30 or $40. They weren't. Now I didn't do the build experience for myself. I went into it with my son and let him do it, but I did buy a Legacy saber. I got Obi-Wan Kenobi's his original lightsaber that old Obi used, and I love this thing. This thing is absolutely incredible. It's all metal. It's very heavy, and this thing was only like $170 without the blade. I did buy the blade the next day, but this is really cool. So it's very screen accurate. As you can see, it's got the very thin hilt, or the top part up here underneath the emitter. But if you want to do the blade, what you have to do is you do have to take the top part off, and there is a secondary emitter that's full, so it's not screen accurate. But this allows you to put a blade in, and let's see if we can do this here without too much fuss. Oh, that's right, I got the little cap in there. And let's see if we can put this in. There you go, you can hear it engage. And there you have it. Yeah, this thing is pretty dope. I really love it. This is one of my favorite lightsabers of all time, and so I don't know how often they swap out the blade. I mean, the lightsaber hilts in the store in Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities. I don't know how often they do, but they did have a nice selection. They had Kanan Jarrus. They had Leia, Ahsoka. They had part of Darth Maul's lightsaber. I was really looking forward to getting a Cal Kestis. I would have bought that if they had it, but they didn't, and that's fine because I really wanted this anyway, and I love this thing. This thing is pretty incredible. So yeah, that's about it for my trip. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast, and I would definitely go back, just not anytime soon. Because I am just not made for walking around for 3 days straight. We were clocking about 8 to 9, 10 miles a day, which was pretty crazy to think about. Because if you told me right now, hey, get up and go walk 10 miles, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to do it. But it was a lot of fun. I definitely recommend doing it if you can catch some good deals on tickets like we did, and you get the opportunity to do so. It was a blast. For any Star Wars fan, it is just... it's incomparable. There's nothing like it outside of getting to visit a Star Wars set of a TV show or movie, which very few of us will ever get the chance to do. So that's it for my trip to Galaxy's Edge. We had a blast. It was a really good fun time, and I came back with a couple of nice little souvenirs from the trip. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.